guys, my name is Riziki Fataki and I'm bringing to you our second session on Know Your Law, where we get to learn things about the law because you do not have to go to law school in order for you to know the law. Disclaimer, this video should not be taken as a substitute for a lecture but should be seen as a mere conversation about the law. Big shout out to my former Unza lecturer, Dr. Siangandu, who taught me thoroughly and meticulously about criminal law. So let's get started. So today we'll be discussing about sexual offenses. It's going to be like a mini series, but our first series on the sexual offenses is going to be about rape. Yup, we'll be talking about rape today. But before we get started, you need to know the basics about criminal law. So let's learn what criminal law is. Criminal law is the branch of law that deals with all things crime. Think of any crime in this world, criminal law has got you. And the major source of law in Zambia when it comes to criminal law, the creme de la creme, the holy grail of criminal law in Zambia, is found in the Penal Code. The Penal Code is the major source of criminal law in Zambia in that it provides for most of the crimes that we have in Zambia. And any other pieces of legislation, such as the Constitution, it does prescribe for some of the crimes, it does regulate in some way. And other pieces of legislation that in some way have got crimes within it, but the major source of law in Zambia is the Penal Code. A crime can be defined as an omission or a failure to act, with such a failure to act carrying a punishment. For example, there's a simple rule of Osa tundira apo, penalty fee 5,000 kwacha. In that circumstance, that is a rule, and the failure to obey such a rule or the failure to act upon such a rule is a crime, and there's a sanction attached to that crime, which is a penalty fee of 5,000 kwacha. Side note, the Constitution under Article 18, sub-Article 8, states that a person cannot be convicted for an offense that is not stipulated in any written statute and the punishment not prescribed. In simpler terms, you cannot be arrested for an offense that does not exist in any written law. Word of encouragement. Please don't get scared when you hear section things, subsection what, article what, sub-article what. It's just like saying Genesis 1 verse 1. It's simply showing you or telling you where you can find the same verse, right? You go to Genesis 1, when you look for one, you find it. It's the same thing. The Constitution under 18 sub-article 8 is where you find what I just said. So when you go to the Constitution and you go to Article 18, under that same article, there are some two more many numbers. When you go to 8, that's where you're going to find what I'm saying. So don't be scared. You'll hear a lot of these throughout our entire journey. Don't worry, I got you. Getting down to the nitty-gritties of criminal law. All criminal cases begin from the magistrate court, also known as the subordinate court. But for someone to be said that they're guilty or for someone to be proven guilty, there are certain elements that one has to prove in order for such a conviction to be done. So these are two elements that have to be proved beyond reasonable doubt. The first one is the actus reus, which we are calling the criminal act. And the second one is the mens rea, which we are calling the state of mind or the intention. So when it comes to these two elements, they differ based on the crime that has been committed. So the actus reus and the mens rea for theft and for rape are not going to be the same. Let me give you a more practical example. The actus reus for theft is the criminal act of taking possession of someone's thing, unlawful taking possession of someone's thing, whilst the actus reus for rape is the committing of sexual intercourse without someone's consent, right? Whilst the mens rea of theft is to permanently deprive someone from their thing, you know, like taking that thing forever. Whilst the mens rea, or the intention under rape, is the actual state of mind of having carnal knowledge or sex with the person without their consent. You knowing that you're having sex with someone without their consent is the intention. And I hope that sort of like sets a basis for where we're going, right? We're together.